G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we are looking at the mighty Morphin Power Rangers Red Dragon Thunderzord. I think I got that right. I will admit this is a one-off. Sorry, Power Ranger and I think it's Sentai fans. I only have this one figure from the Power Ranger collection. I got this when I was around, I want to say 10-ish, give or take. While I was never a huge fan of the Power Rangers, I was a fan of the giant robots. In saying that, me having access to the Power Rangers when it was a thing was very difficult. We had like 4 TV channels, and Power Ranger was on the 4th channel, and we could get 3 of the channels clearly. Unfortunately, the channel the Power Rangers was on was very hard to pick up, which is part of the reason also why I mostly missed out on Ninja Turtles when that was a thing. So yes, I missed out on Power Rangers for the most part. I missed out on Ninja Turtles for the most part, but I did get a chance to see the movie when it first came out and whatnot, but I never quite hooked on to Power Rangers like I did Transformers. However, I did get this one Zord, and I had at one point as a child hoped to get the White Tiger Zord and the Green Dragon Zord and actually complete the Thunder Megazord, but sadly, this is all I've got, and unfortunately, at the same time, I am not willing to fork out money for the solid Shogoken figures. They are too expensive and too small, and from the reviews I've seen, especially of the Megazord, it doesn't stand well. So maybe one day I'll be able to find my Voltrons and maybe the odd Power Rangers. We'll see what happens. But this is my Red Dragon Zord. Now, I will also point out I'm missing 2 accessories. It comes with a little red crystal, and it comes with a little red ranger, who I want to say would have been Jason at the time. I'm not 100% sure. Correct me in the comments. But both of those accessories are long gone. Bye-bye. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up. Otherwise, yeah, Google. So there you go. He does look pretty good. He does have a little bit of damage up here from wear and tear. Also, this is a little bit tighter because I put some nail polish on these pegs. So, he does look good. He has somewhat surprisable amount of articulation. It is hindered, but at the same time, it's meant to be a Power Rangers figure. And from my knowledge of looking up things, the Power Ranger figures were blocks in more ways than Transformer Combiners was. Or at least, I suppose they had a little bit more articulation than G1 Combiners, but yeah, neither here nor there. So let's do size comparison. As I said, no other Combiners, no other Power Rangers, but there he is with MP10. So he's almost as tall. I might actually bring that camera down a little bit. Try to. Give me a sec. He's, I'd say, a hair shorter only because of Prime's antennas. He's about the size of an MP10. So I haven't done the size comparison with him before this, so that's rather a surprise. But yeah, so there you go. And we'll save the last one for when we get this guy into dragon mode. But let's do articulation, and we'll just take his staff out of his hands for now. And this comes into 2 separate pieces. Yep. I'm pretty sure that has a purpose. I do know that this end has a hole in it because I want to say the Pink Ranger's eagle, whatever it was, for this version's tail, I think, went in there. So there is that. And here we go. Some of the joints are surprisingly still pretty tight, but some of them are also a little iffy, which one of these days I might open him up. But at the same time, maybe I won't, because if I come back here and just lift this up for the moment, I'm pretty sure the screws for his chest plate are hidden under there somewhere. And also you can see some of the nail polish has dried off in here. So that's a little... Did I use nail polish? Actually, I'm going to use glue, because that looks like glue. I might have actually used glue for this attempt. but probably was my last attempt. All right, so articulation: head does not do nothing, does not look up, does not look down, does not look sideways, not nod or anything. Arms can do it for 360. You can hear the ratchet in there. It's gone really soft, but that one too. But yeah, I might be able to fiddle with that one day. Comes out this far. You do have bicep rotation. You have, I suppose I should have left that out, an inside-outside bend for the elbow. You have no wrist rotation due to transformation. You do have open fingers. Thumbs does not move. No waist swivel. That's not going to move. Don't think we have any out with the leg either. We do, but that's more for transformation. We do have thigh rotation. We have a knee bend that gets you that far. You do have ankle tilt that goes way down, and an ankle tilt that goes way up, but that's more for transformation. I'm not quite sure what the term is for Power Ranger transformations, because they just go let's get the Zords. I was going to say Zoids for some reason. That's a different whole other franchise. But yeah, so if I can get this focused, let's get this guy dragified, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to slip this piece out. Yes, he does parts form, not a huge issue, trust me. This is going to press in here to click into here. We can close his jaw, and we'll lift up the antennas a little bit, and that's that part done. We're going to unpeg this, and we can fold this out, and that is our tail. Yes, some of my chrome has since been gone. All right, so we're going to flip this all the way over so it fills in where the head was. Bring this down, and that's going to sit in there. We want to rotate the arms up and bring them out. And then, why we have no wrist swivel, split the arms all the way back. Same on the other side. And then we can articulate them in a minute. We're going to turn the legs outwards. No, we're going to turn the legs inwards. Turn them upside down. Now this is where it technically does have inwards and outwards, but it seemed really tight, and this is actually feeling really tight. So you probably could have got it out, but yeah. So then we're going to bring this piece out here, and this is how you tell which end is which. Flip that down, you grab this piece, and you fold that in, and then we can kink at the knee there, so it gives him a bit of a tail. Come to the other side, bring this out. We have this port here. It's going to go onto there, and then we can kink the head. And if we really, really want to, we can bring the arms down either here or at the shoulder and just open up these to give it a bit more liveliness. So you can bring it down here if you want. Depends on how high or low you want. We're going to keep that up there and just use a little bit of the elbow so we can stay reasonably flat. And there we go. There is the Red Dragon Thunderzord in his dragon mode. And I don't know if it's the purpose of it, but you do have this piece here, so you can grab it like there. I will say one thing, and it wasn't. This is something the Transformers didn't do till much later, especially when they became collectible items. They didn't have the appearance from the show in their toys. Like if you really looked at the G1 lineup. Now, Optimus Prime didn't necessarily look like Optimus Prime. Bumblebee partly looked like Bumblebee. Megatron didn't look nothing like Megatron for the most part. Whereas at least with the Zords, the actual toys and the combined gimmick themselves looked like the toys. And I think that's what really put down to the fact that it's because the suits and whatnot that the actors wore at the time were big boxy things, and that's what these guys were. And plus, I'm pretty damn sure most of the figures before the transformation were practically toys anyway. So there we go. We do have a little bit of articulation in this mode. We can open his jaw up a little bit. By the way, this is where your Red Ranger or Red Crystal would have sat. I think you probably could have put the Red Crystal in the staff too. By the way, no weapon storage, so big surprise. You do get, so the jaw goes open that far. You do get neck tilt down, if you want to call it that. You have horns. I'm not 100% sure. I'm guessing that's what you would call them because they're not ears or anything. But I'm not quite up to snuff when it comes to terms for Chinese, Japanese dragons, horns. We'll go with horns. We do get neck tilt, neck swivel. And we get the rotation at the back there. And of course the knee, you can do that. And we can go up and down here. We have this joint here. And we have this joint here. So we do get a little bit of tail. And of course, claws open. They can swivel in and out if you really want them to. But that's more for change. And I'm already partly transforming you back again anyway. And there he is. So, final size comparison. Here he is with Windblade. And he's long. He's very, very long. So, as you can tell, she's wider than he is. I'm not going to bother pick him up, but she's wider than he is. Obviously, he's taller and he's way longer. So, there we go. So, let's get this guy morphed. Somebody put in the comments whether the Japanese version or the American version. Somebody tell me what the term is, the Power Ranger term is for transformation. I'm curious. I've never bothered looking it up. All right, so first things first, we're going to take the tail off again. And it's just 2 pegs here. So it's just twist. Fold that down, and that's done. We can also fold this in to give us our flat foot. We want to just flip off the head. And I wouldn't be surprised considering the reason I say you need to work out which side. This side has it too, so I'm guessing this probably plugged into the blue, beg my pardon, the blue and yellow Ranger when these combine. Pretty sure. Anyway, we're going to straighten that up. Straighten his knees, and we want to look for where this side is so we know which way we want to go. So rotate in, and flip up. And I haven't done any work to the legs on this. So I don't know why that is super tight. I'm not complaining. Too many figures of this age is, very loose. So take that for what it's worth. All right, so we're just going to slide the arms in. Do it one at a time so you can see it properly. So there, bring that up, and it gives us one hand. We'll do this one better. So strip this down, put this down, tab them together. I don't think this, it has a tab in here and here. It doesn't. It's more of a just sort of holds in place. Doesn't really friction it or anything. And we can bring those down, and I can actually show this. This is why I haven't gone in here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the screws are in here because there's one screw, there's one. That's one I poked out. So heaven knows where the screws are. I know there's these 2 screws, but I'm not sure where else it would be to actually get access to this. But I'm pretty happy with the shoulders. They're not doing nothing too bad. Anyway, I'm going to unplug this, which I have yet to plug in on this side. Oh, that was super tight. Thank God I stopped using glue. All right, so flip this over and plug that in. I'm guessing you could probably plug the Red Ranger or the Crystal in here too. And we have here, and it's all dusty and whatnot. All right, we're going to take this piece, which is going to become your crotch plate. That just plugs in there, so that just covers up over here. So might as well try this while we're at it. So can we? Yes, you can get outward movement. It gets you that far. And bring those back down again. Then we take our dragon head. Now you want to open the mouth as far as it go because it's going to slide into here. Pop the head back, and it's sort of a friction sort of in here somewhere that sort of grips onto the top of his head. You want to swing the horns back. You're probably going to end up having to push these down, so don't bother too much. I just put that under there, so it's going to go under there. Then you got this peg. It's going to go, if you can see it, right in there. So just line that up. And there is sort of little runners here. Slide that in. All the way until it goes. Like I said, you're going to have the horns sort of probably want to move, so then you can flatten those down. And there is the red Dragonzord all back in his robot mode. I know that the red T-Rex didn't have one of these, and I cannot be certain if any of the other bodies had it after this. But I think this is one of the things that got me with this figure was the fact that you have a robot that then gets combined with the robot. I know it does happen with the Dragonzord, the green Dragonzord, and the white Tigerzord, but I can't be certain after that whether that was a thing or not. So there we go. Like I said, he does lean a bit, sort of leaning, but it's not unbalanced. I think it's just the way his legs are, because like you've got ratchets in his ankles, so it's not really going anywhere. Plus, his actual feet are angled, so you do get an automatic A stance regardless of his thighs. It does mean that you're not going to be posing this guy much, because he's not going to be. You can't get anything really out of him. He's there to just stand in an A stance, look impressive, hold his staff. Which someone tell me if that is a partial reference to the Monkey King. I'm curious. So there we go. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. Let me know what the transformation term is for a Super Sentai / Power Ranger robot, and if the white tiger, green dragon, and the red dragons were technically the only ones with their own. Red green dragon technically is the dragon, doesn't have its own road, but at least the white Tigerzord and the red Dragonzord. Let me know if there was another one apart from those two that actually have a robot mode prior to combining with the other Ranger components. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.